Hello, my name is Yolanda and welcome to my channel. So I've been getting a lot of questions from people about, what I do to keep healthy and lose weight and things like that. And I suppose I have just taken it very lightly, the things that I do, and thought, it's the norm, everyone is doing it, nothing special over here. But I do find that, there's a lot of people that are really struggling with trying to keep on track, trying to be healthy while life is doing life. And especially in 2020, I mean, Corona, guys. Corona, wow. I don't think any of us could have ever imagined the space that we're in right now and the world that we're living in today. So now more than ever, people ask me how I've been able to work out and eat healthy and at least keep myself in sort of a healthier state. And I just thought, let me just make a diary of it and share with you guys. And I mean, this is a feedback sort of channel, so I want to have conversations with you guys as well, to learn from you. What do you do? And we can exchange tips. So I thought today I'm going to share with you what I've been doing during lockdown to keep to a more healthy routine and maintain the body that I have and the mental state. And it's not just body, right? It's also like mental and emotional state. And I mean, 2020 has shown us flames. But all in all, I think that, guys, it's now November. We're going into December, and I honestly feel like if you are still standing right now, being strong, power to you, hey? Power to you. Lord knows I've gone through my fair share of struggles this year, and honestly, I think everything was going well until the past 2 or 3 months ago, where I really struggled. But you know what? I'm not even going to get into any of that right now, but I want to share with you what I've been doing during lockdown to keep myself healthy. So, 26 March, right? Cyril was like, we're going on lockdown. And we're like, okay, 21 days. Yeah, right? It was 21 days initially. And we were all in a frenzy. And eating wise, I will admit, those first 2 or 3 weeks, I was just like, okay, cool, the world is ending. I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. All the restaurants were closed, so we were making KFC in our kitchens. We were making the guys, like everyone on Instagram was making dumplings, some Sam, and guys, it was like an African delicacy delight going on Instagram and Facebook alike. So naturally, I was also just like taken. I'm here, like, I want some of that. And never mind the toilet paper, right? So everyone bought toilet paper. But did you notice how there was a shortage of flour, like bread flour in stores? Did anyone notice that? Or was it just me who was experiencing it? Like, I feel like I went through suburbs and suburbs, like driving to different Pick n Pays and Checkers and Macro, looking for flour, trying to make dumplings, and it was just not popping. I eventually bought a pre-mix from Pick n Pay, and I made the dumplings, I think, and I didn't quite enjoy it because it wasn't that combo that I usually make from scratch. So I had to do a do-over of that. So eventually, as I guess the frenzy died down, you know, I found my flour and I was able to make some nice dumplings, enjoyed ourselves, and yeah, we were going well there until I was like, okay, girl, I don't think you're going to do well if you continue on this trend. Hey, it's not gonna work out well for you. So I was like, okay, cool. I need to get back on track and start eating the way that I normally eat. And that's, I guess, when things for me really started, like properly to really focus on, okay, I need to keep at it, mental, physical, you know, be aligned. So right at the beginning of lockdown, a friend of mine hit me up, old friend Guyani, shout outs to y'all, shout outs. We just started working out on FaceTime together every morning, and we just do random videos, exercise videos on Instagram and YouTube, whatever. Like, I mean, as some of them we just put in exercises for ourselves, and we slowly built that for organically, and we just started working out together, and then it became a thing, and then that together with the eating well really made things a lot easier for me. So I'm going to share a couple of tips then that I actually have tried to maintain and live by during this crazy period, so that I can at least maintain some semblance of sanity. Because for me, food, I love food. I eat my feelings, and then if I eat my feelings and I don't pick myself back up, then I gain weight, then I feel bad about myself, and then I eat more, and then I feel bad again about myself. So vicious cycle. So I had to be just like aware of that, and try to keep reading myself back in every time I feel like, hey, pull it back in, let's do this. Tip number 1, set a schedule for your workouts and stick to it. So we decided that we're going to work out in the mornings. Just fix my chair. So we decided that we're going to work out in the mornings. So every morning at 6, 6, 7, it's really just changed according to the seasons. But when the need arises, we reevaluate the time. But as long as you have a time slot that you know, every morning 6 to 7 is my dedicated workout time, nothing else before my day starts. That's when I'm doing it. Or in the evenings, if you prefer 6 p.m, 5 p.m, whatever, right? So gyms are closed. I mean, during Corona, at least at the very early stages, gyms were closed, and now they're back open. But I don't know how many people are actually feeling comfortable to go to the gym. I am not. So I'm still going to be working out at home. But yeah, if you prefer going to the gym, then by all means you do that. But if you're like me and you can work out at home, guys, so many channels on YouTube, great exercise channels and fitness people. So I'll just like put some down below there in the video of some of my favorite YouTubers, like Ting. I mean, Chloe, guys, like, let's just take a moment to appreciate the genius that is Chloe. Ting. So Chloe's workouts have been so good for me, for us, a gym partner and I. We've just like, we started with her 2-week challenge, and we just didn't stop because we're like, okay, we enjoy this, it's working, we like the rhythm, we've tried others, and then some of them are like, it's not working out timing wise, or just the rhythm. Like, I mean, you have to try out different kinds of exercises to see which one works for you, right? So we try some YouTubers out, and then you'd see that, not enjoying this. And even some of Chloe's workouts, if you don't like it, then you swap it over, and you just like create this mesh. So there's Chloe Ting, there's Pamela Reif, there's who else on YouTube? Popsugar. Quite a lot of nice variety on Popsugar. And who else? There's people like on Instagram, Fancy Fit, that we followed for some cool exercises. You know, I mean, some people I can't think of right now, but I'll be sure to tag them over here somewhere so that you can just go check them out for yourself and try them out and see if it actually works for you. But yeah, so set a schedule for yourself, stick to it, please stick to it, because if you don't stick to it, then it kind of messes things up. Next thing, you miss a Monday, then it's a Tuesday, then Thursday, then actually it's a whole week and you haven't worked out. So then, gal. Tip number 2, cook at home. I know this one can be hard. I know. Like with work, sometimes it gets so busy. If you're a mom or a dad and you've got all these kids that you need to take care of, things do get hard, or you've got 2 jobs, multiple things to do. I mean, life gets tricky, guys. Life gets so tricky. And in today's world, there's so many things that we are busy trying to juggle, right? Whew. Yeah. So there's so many things that we're trying to juggle. So it can be hard, but as much as you can, try and cook at home. And the reason I say this is because the food that is out there is usually packed with things that you're not aware of, and so many preservatives and just like unhealthy amounts of oils and all sorts of food additives, right, that maybe you wouldn't want or that are not good for your particular body, right? So in order for you to make sure that you know exactly what you're eating, you much rather cook at home. And the food that you make at home is usually much simpler, and most of the time healthier than what you would buy. And even worse, if you're gonna get takeaways, fast food, that is. I mean, do I even need to go into that? Normally, I would meal prep on a Sunday, cook a whole lot of food from Sunday up until Thursday, and then pack it in my lunch boxes in the fridge, and then throughout the week either I'm putting out a lunch box, or I can easily mix and match some of the food that I've already prepared. But I mean, this year it's been harder to do that, specifically in the last couple of months. So I'll just like cook every now and again as I go along, but I try by all means to cook at home so that I just keep myself at least eating the right kinds of foods, even if it's not in the proportions that I should be eating them, but at least it's the kind of food that I want to be inside my body in any way. And for that, actually, you're in luck. If you're thinking, but what do I make? I don't know how to cook. I don't know, I'm so tired, I can't think, what meals? I don't have time. You're in luck, because my channel, I'm actually going to show you how to make some quick, low budget, healthy, and just overall good meals for you and your whole family. The food that I make, and even more. Like, we'll try out different recipes, but I will try and really demonstrate how easy it is to eat healthy. And yeah, that's what my channel is going to be about, just like looking after ourselves from head to toe, and that includes what we put inside of our bodies. Tip number 3, so I already mentioned this, but get yourself a fitness buddy. So you have a gym buddy, maybe when you were still going to the gym before. Same concept. And what we tend to think is that it has to be someone that is close by, you can go on walks together, or guys, technology is so good, because now they've brought the people that are far away, hey, closer. And I think we've all been able to realize that with this pandemic. So no more excuses. My gym pal actually lives in Belgium, so FaceTime does it for us, and this is how we do it, hey? You might be wondering, but how? So let me just try. Oh, my chair. So this is how we do it. I have FaceTime on my iPad, and then I'll use my cell phone or just the TV. Okay, smart TV is probably more useful. If you don't have a smart TV, you can just use a cell phone. It's fine. But for people like me who unfortunately are blind, I cannot see a small screen. So I have to, that is while I'm busy exercising, like, so the screen is going to be over there, my phone will be over there. So a TV works better because it's a big screen. I can just see, oh, that is the person, and they're now jumping jacks. So I connect my phone to the TV, or just straight on YouTube on my TV, and then I put on the exercise video. I've got the FaceTime on the iPad, and then I can see her as she's doing, and she's doing the same on her side as well. We literally time it, and we're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go, press play. And then we start. Oh, it's actually supposed to be like, okay, I look like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, don't mind me. Do not look at me now. Watch the actual professional trainers demonstrate for you. Get on it. But yeah, guys, fitness buddies are the best things for you and your fitness journeys, especially if you're not a person that's used to working out by yourself and in the zone. There are people that love exercise, guys, like that live on, I need to lift some weights now. There are people like that. I unfortunately am not. So I actually, guys, let me not say strongly dislike exercise. I would rather, if it were up to my natural self, I would be chilling on the couch, eating a bag of chips, and that would be my everyday. Chips, chocolate, cake. That would be me every single day. Not have to wake up late, sleep late, because that's how my body functions. I can sleep later and I can wake up later. Don't ask me to wake up super early. So it is such a struggle for me to actually, I have to really want the result for me to do something that makes me wake up early in the morning, right? So I wake up earlier so that I can get exercise in and then go about my day. And then once you knock it out in the morning, then I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. That's what I like about working out in the morning, because then you're done, yay! And then it frees up your evening to do other things. So I don't like exercising, but I do it because I know what it does for me, and I like what it does for me. Yeah. So gym buddy, And the other thing that is good about having a partner, someone that you work out with, is that you guys push each other. You keep each other accountable. So she will message me and be like, okay, girl, what are we doing tomorrow? And I'll just be like, oh, I'm feeling so lazy. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling so lazy. I don't want to work out tomorrow. And then she's just there like, okay, these are the workouts that you're doing tomorrow. And I'm just like, and then, but I can't disappoint her. So I just always feel that I cannot disappoint. It was the same when I had a trainer. I'm like, that's my money. Cannot waste my money. Don't want to disappoint her or myself. So I get up. I go do it. As much as I hate it. Like, but I do it. And then I love it. Afterwards, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I can go about my day. So yeah. And even when I hit hard times, when my mom passed away, I really just did not want to work out. I just wanted to just wallow in self-pity and sleep and relax, and I was going through the absolute most. But having that person that's gonna be like, and then you try to ignore and you're like, and they're like, yeah. Susie, when are you coming back? And I'm like, oh no, I don't feel so good. And then they're like, okay, I'm getting bored. I need to exercise. When are you? And I'm just like, but then I do it. Then I do it. And then I started to feel good. I had to really push myself to wake up every single day. At least for a week or two, it was really tough. But after that, it starts getting a little bit easier. And now, I won't lie, I am not as focused as I was before my mom's passing. But I think that's okay for me. I have spoken with myself, and I've resolved that. One, I don't want to fall flat and try to pick myself up again after, months of not training and maybe having gained a lot of weight. Like, I don't want that state. So because I don't want that state, as tough as it is now for me emotionally to work, and I'm not one of those people that exercises for stress, and if I'm feeling angry or if I feel down, working out makes me feel better. I'm not one of those people that will gravitate towards that, but I recognize that after I have exercised, I do feel better and lighter, and like I can actually do this, like I can actually do this. So I try to focus on that, and then I'm like, okay, once I've done it, it's going to be good. And some days, I'll be pap. But having that person who's going to be like, hey, we can do this, you can do this. And the same, even with her, when she's going through her slumps, I'm able to be like, no, we can do this, girl. So it's been really great, and also trying out different types of exercises that the other person enjoys versus what you enjoy, and like having a nice little mold of nice emulsion of good exercises. Tip number 4, when you fall, get back up. It's as simple as that. If today is not a good day, it's okay. It is okay. Trust me, it's okay. You won't die. You won't gain 5 kilos because you ate 50 sweets today. You'll be fine. But the key thing is tomorrow, just tell yourself that, reset, I'm doing this. and it actually ends up being just being that cycle. So when you fall, just tell yourself you need to get back up. When you fall, tell yourself you need to get back up. And then it makes you constantly aware that no. If I'm down, that's not my state. That's not where I want to be. That's not where I belong. I belong on top, on the horse, not on the ground, right? So it's okay. You're gonna have those bad days or weeks or even a month. It's okay. I mean, life happens. I've been through it and I've just allowed myself. But give yourself enough time to recover from whatever's going on emotionally, but not too much time that eventually just now becomes your new norm. Because remember, there's muscle memory, but it takes a really, really long time for you to build muscle memory. And even with that, it does not. It's so funny how our bodies really forget so soon. Like, you could do working out, like hectic, lifting weights and all for a month, let's say 3 months, and you're thinking, I got this. And then you don't work out for a month. Trust me, on that first week when you come back, it's going to be tough. Granted, it's not going to be like it was when you were beginning after not having exercise for God knows how long. But it's still going to be hard and you're going to feel it. And then gradually it becomes a little bit better. So what I do is I just try to think of that very, very beginning, the 0 point I was at some stage. And guys, you know when you have the image of your overweight self in your mind, for me it's always here. I'm like, I know that I am 3 slices of cake away from my overweight self, so I will not let myself slide too much. I try to catch myself because I know I gain weight very easily. Some people, hey, they're here, and then yes, I have a friend, guys. I have a friend. I'm so jelly. Like, she will eat whatever. I used to bake cakes for her all the time. She'll eat and eat and eat and eat and not gain weight. Then witchcraft. But hey, I'm not one of those people. So I know that very easy for me. Certain types of foods, they make me gain weight very quickly. So I try not to eat too much of that so that I can keep myself at least within certain guardrails. Tip number 5, this is really a quick one. Switch things up. Switch your food up, switch your exercise up, switch your routine up. Just keep things exciting for yourself. If you eat the same thing every single day because you know this is that healthy meal, it becomes boring and you don't want to eat it anymore, and then you fall into old patterns again. So keep trying new things and keep your palate excited. And again, I'm gonna show you how I do some of my eating. And then also your exercises. Like I said, I tried different kinds of exercise. The internet is beaming, rather overflowing. I don't know, whatever. The internet is overflowing with great workout videos, so check them out, try different things. When you start getting into a rut, change, switch to something else, try something else, so that you keep your body guessing and it never can tell that, okay, this is what I'm doing now. Especially when you're working out at home by yourself, creating your own routines, and you don't have a trainer. You have to keep that excitement going. Try some hip hop, try some dancing, Zumba, if that's what you prefer. Hey now, whatever, just keep yourself active and challenge yourself. Hey, do challenges. I mean, we did the Chloe Ting 2-week shred, and I was trying to get a lot of people to join me, because people are like, oh, what are you doing? What is this that you're doing? I was like, come on guys, join me, let's do this. Girls, they'd be like, yeah, I'll start tomorrow. Others will start me like, I'm bored now, But for me, it was, guys, when I focus and I want to do something, right? I'm that person that just doesn't want to give up. So I make sure that I see it through. I never don't want to finish anything. So I'm on it. 2-week shred. It worked wonders for me. And I've tried also to just do other things, other challenges, detox here, this here, so that you just keep challenging yourself, challenging your body, and see what you can do, and try to set goals and reach them. Set a goal, reach it. Set a goal, reach it. So yeah, that's that. And so lastly, this one is the best one. Guys, live your life, Live your life. I don't like the word cheat meal, because I always feel like it implies that like the nice good food is like bad, which, I mean, it's not really bad in the sense of it's food, it's nice, so, and life, it's part of life, and life is good. So I don't know, I don't really like the word cheat meal, but I understand that if you're on a diet and you're having this nice cheesy saucy burger, that's sort of like cheating on your diet, which I don't look at it that way. I like to look at it as I have a certain body goal, and in order to reach that goal, there are a number of foods that I need to eat more of, and in certain quantities, and there's other foods that I need to eat much less of or eliminate completely, depending on what the body goal is. And therefore, if those foods that I need to eliminate or reduce drastically are some of the foods that I like, then I have the opportunity of eating them every once in a while. And for me, that is my philosophy, to eat things but in moderation. So your body is never looking at your meal per meal per meal per meal per meal. It doesn't. It looks at, in fact, it reacts to overall. What overall in a week, in a month, what have you been doing? What's been your behavior like? How much have you exercised, and how much have you, of what food groups have you eaten, and da 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 da. So the whole carb protein ratio, fats, da 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 da. I mean, we can get into that. That's a whole other video. But how much of what have I done, or have I eaten over a longer period of time? So don't chastise yourself over what you've done in one day or what you didn't do in one day, because your body responds to longer period of time. It stabilizes over a longer period of time. So if you look at your week and you saw that, okay, 80% of my time I was eating these nice healthy foods that I need to be eating, and then 20% of the time I ate my nice little chocolate that I love so much. Good, go for it. But at the end of the day, don't ever do something that takes away the enjoyment of life for you. I'll say this again. Do not do anything that will take out the enjoyment of life. You know what I mean? Like, I look at certain people and I see their bodies and I'm like, oh, that's so nice. I would love to be shredded like that. But what is it actually going to take for me to look like that? One, my body composition. Could I even achieve that? If I were to try, what would it take? And if I'm like, ish, diet white, nah. There's just certain things that, guys, it's okay, hey? If I never ever have shredded to the core max abs in my life, I'm okay. Because I'm not gonna stop eating chicken wings. Hey, I'm not. I'm sorry. If it means I have to stop eating chicken wings, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna stop eating cake. I can't do it. Bread. Ooh, I love baked. There's just certain things in life. Eggs. I've heard so many people in my life tell me that, oh, you know, you need to stop eating egg yolk, eat egg whites, focus on that. And I see a lot of fitness influencer kind of people eating egg whites. And like, no thanks. I still want to enjoy my food, and you will see when I start doing my food videos that I prepare my meals in a moderate way. I don't go crazy, super, no oil, no sugar, no salt, no. I still want my food to be good and taste good to me, and I still want to enjoy life. So if I'm going out with friends and I want to have a sip of wine, which I currently don't drink, but if that's how I'm feeling on the day, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm feeling like, oh, you know what, I'm craving some chips, guess what, I'm having chips. So I mean, sometimes it gets a little bit extra, which is okay, and then I pick myself back up again tomorrow. So I never ever wanted to feel like a chore for me to be well and healthy. So more than anything, I need to stay healthy over here. You get me? So if it feels like it is interfering with my mental health, nah, I'm not doing it. But start obsessing over, oh, what have I eaten? How many calories? No. Then it's too much. I mean, there are certain points in time where, I mean, don't get me wrong, use a calorie tracker if it's part of, you know, some goal that you're trying to achieve. But overall in life, for me, it's not something that I worry about, that I must eat X grams of this, X grams of that and that. I feel like it takes out the enjoyment of life and food for me. Right? So I don't do it as much, but again, do what works for you. So I've shared my tips, what works for me, what I've been doing during lockdown, and how I've been able to at least keep, you know, myself part of the game, because at some point Corona is going to end. Yes, it has to end, guys. I can't do this anymore. So at some point it's gonna end. We're gonna be back in the streets, wearing our crafts, doing this, doing that. And I still want to feel like I'm myself and be happy and joyful. And I just think that for me, this is the best way I get to keep myself sane, I get to keep myself well. And overall as well, I found that with a healthy regime, I'm not as sick as much. Anyway guys, those are my tips for you to stay healthy. This is what I do. Try it. You can try 3 out of the 6. Let me know how it goes. Pop some questions if you'd like. Let's chat about it. What do you do to keep yourself healthy? And yeah, stay tuned for more of my videos, and hopefully I will have time to to actually share all the things that I want to share with you guys. My heart is beaming. I really just want to share. But only time will tell. So thanks so much for tuning in, and please subscribe and like, and see you next time.